Hi people, we left Birchwood this morning about 8:30. We've travelled down to Folkestone. We're currently in the queue to get on the ferry after selling our house, our car, my motorbike and anything else that we had. The rest went in a skip. So we're off on an adventure. So let's see how we go.
That's the queue for the shuttle.
Yeah, Les Shuttle, the French one, Les Shuttle. And they've let us on half an hour early, and we're not really even supposed to be here till, well, we're supposed to go on the 4 o'clock train, but I'm assuming that would have been about 4:30. Now we're on this one and it's only just 3:30. We made fairly good time here, didn't get too stuck on the motorway. Considering it's bank holiday weekend, it was fairly quiet. Got stuck in one or two places for about 5, 10, 15 minutes in one, but it's been fine. It's been a nice journey down.
There was no mention of having to
Didn't take our temperatures.
No temperature checks. There was no check of goods on board, like meat and dairy, which we've been told about. There was the only thing they said was to switch the gas off, wasn't it, Steve?
Yeah, but we knew that already. But they put you in a separate thing if you've got gas.
So here we go.
Here we go, we're heading down the road. No doubt someone will tell us where to go.
It's all exciting. I think I prefer this so far than the boat, because with the boat you've got to get up that runway. So here's where we're going into the... God! Don't forget to keep well back as well, because they'll close the thing when you get so far in, remember? And you'd have to reverse back, so give them plenty of space.
Put my feet up for 35 minutes and get off in France.
We can sit on our sofa in the back, can't we?
Yeah.
This is us. That's you in. Yeah, I can just see the shutter closing now. That's on the carriage in front. It's the shutter closed. Just wait now, don't we, while they load the rest on?
Yeah, wait for the rest to get on. We're first on, so we'll be first off.
Next stop, Calais.
Calais, yeah. And then on to somewhere else.
It's a bit crazy, isn't it? Because you don't see any water.
You don't see any water, you don't see anything. Just get on a train and get off on the other side. Doesn't matter how rough the sea is now. Right, see you on the other side, guys.
It's just outside a lovely little town. We had a drink there last night, but it was dark, so we didn't see much, so we're going for a walk today. This is free. There's a few vans and cars here today. We woke up, that's us there, with all the stuff on the roof at the back. And we woke up to find the car park full of cars. And apparently the sport of choice here on a Sunday morning is a form of bools, and it looks like the World Cup of bools here in this car park today. They're all laughing, joking, shouting, playing the game. And it's a lovely day. In fact, you can still see the moon up there. I don't know if you'll get it on camera, but that's where it is. These are the facilities. There's a toilet there, so like a disabled one for one person. There's a gents toilet on the front, so you don't have to go inside. All the services are there: water, wastewater. You can have electric for €2 and you can fill your water tank, included in the €2. And this is Big Gilder. We've got our bikes on the back. winter clothes in that Gore-Tex blue bag. Another blue bag on top that's got me paddleboard in. Bobby's boat. And Gilder herself.
After a good night's sleep, we walked into the pretty medieval town, Montreuil-sur-Mer. There are plenty of bars and restaurants in the centre, dotted about in the cobbled streets, connected by cobbled alleyways. It's a joy to walk around the town with low-lying houses typical of the 18th century, all different in their size and shape and structures. The upper town is surrounded by 3k of perfectly preserved ramparts, built when it was a border town against the Artois. The town was also home to British forces in France during the First World War, hence the statue of Field Marshal Sir Douglas Haig, on horseback, surrounded by fountains in the centre of town. The town is an excellent choice for anyone returning to the UK with pets. According to the rules post-Brexit, you can no longer use a pet passport issued in the UK. Your pet will need to have a health certificate and must be treated for tapeworm and have it recorded by a vet no less than 24 hours and no more than 5 days before you can enter the UK. As there are a couple of good vets in Monterey, it is a popular choice for Brits with motorhomes to get the tapeworm treatment here before their return journey to the UK. From Montreuil-sur-Mer, we headed to a little tiny hamlet called Rugle. It's a very tiny place but very picturesque, very, very quiet. Not a lot was happening whilst we were here, but there was a lovely river running through the middle of the town. It actually goes right round the edge and through the middle. Really quaint, really pretty place. Very quiet air, it was free again, so we stayed here just for the one night. Steve's going to give you a little tour of the air to show you what it was like before we headed off to the Loire Valley.
Okay, so this is the air in Rugles, or Rugles. There's plenty of room on here. Currently there's only three motorhomes on here. There's enough electric for 4, free water, free electric, that's us. There's a van behind us that, funnily enough, was on our last park up. This is the little village green. There's a water wheel over there, big fancy house. And there's the setup with the air. So with this, obviously you've got an electric on one side, electric on the other. We were on this side, and you can fill your water with there. You can either just fill a can, or you can screw a hose pipe to it, turn it on and press one of those buttons. If you press the big button in the middle, push, that normally switches on one side's electric, or you press the other side and it switches it on. And if you've got a cassette, which we've got rid of now, we don't have one, it goes in there, WC, and then you press the rinse button and it'll rinse it all out for you. Right, so that's today's video. We're off to some more, or in the Loire. Hoping to be nice weather down there, but it's not too bad here at the moment. Alright, catch you later, bye.
We left Rugles and headed to some more. You couldn't help but notice the scenery changing the nearer you got. All the quaint little villages, well, a lot of them were surrounded by sunflowers and grapevines, and it's just so pretty driving along. When we got to some more, we did go out in the evening. We cycled on the cycle path all the way in, and we went out in the evening, but as we're not brilliant YouTubers, we didn't film any of it. But Steve did do some filming of the site that we stayed on. Again, it was another brilliant free air with all the facilities we needed. And it was about 15-20 minute cycle, nice easy flat cycle into Samoa, which is an amazing city, Samoa. With all.
Okay guys, we arrived here last night, just outside Samoa, France. Just give you a quick tour of where we are. This is quite a nice place. So here we go. It's kind of foresty. It's just backs onto the river there, as you can see the blue line going through the map. The little camping car there is the bit that we've got. And then you walk through the site. Toilet, pretty much like the last one. A place where you can fill water or drain or empty your water on the way in or out. This is for smaller vans that are under 2 metres or camping. And that's where we are. Some more. And there's a cycle path along back into the town centre which we'll be using shortly. And there's somebody coming out here. This is the way in, but also it's the way into where you went to your water. Okay, so there's a couple of areas on this site. There's this side, which should go right as you come in. So you just arrive in there. Loads of spaces, loads of shelter. Nice wide road to get around. This reserved for tents. As you can see, it's all blocked off, but you can get a tent on. Don't know if that's more like for hikers. There's an area that you can use if it's raining under cover there. And then we walk around the site. If you haven't already caught a glimpse, there's big Gilder in the shade there. So I'll take you right round if I can. Might be a bit longer video than normal, but there's a lot of vans left this morning, so there's a lot more room. It was quite full when we came, but it looked like you could have got at least another 10 or 15 vans on if you weren't too fussy where you parked. So this is it. There's some ordinary vans, there's some camper vans, there's mainly motorhomes. But there's the odd camper van here. This one we're coming up to, I think it's a VW that's got a pop top in a little while. At the field here that's fenced off. There's a few horses, I've not seen them yet. But might as well see them the same time as you do. Dappled sunshine, which is great. If you've got solar panels, you can park in the sun. If you don't like the heat, you can park in the shade. There's a horse in the field adjacent to me here as well, just over here. You can see it there, just in the distance. I'm using the gimbal, by the way, so it might be a bit smoother than the last ones because it's quite uneven, the ground, so I'd normally be bumping up and down. So there's the VW. That's facing the horses. There was two in here. There was a young, small one. I don't know where it is now. Maybe it's further down here. Or maybe somebody's taken it out of the field. It doesn't look like it's here now. So basically this is the road round it. Like I say, it's in two halves. You've got the half on the far side, this side, and the undercover building in the middle. Which is a good idea. I've seen it a few places in France that way they have like things like where you can climb up the stairs into the top half, or you can sit underneath if it's raining and still barbecue and stuff. Good ideas. You get to see the path. You can see pretty much all of the site from here, but then we'll cut through into the cycle path. There's the back of Gilder over there. You see with our bike cover on. So now let's nick down the little path here, see what we can see. Like I say, it'll be a little longer than the other videos. Might not be able to Instagram it, but maybe I'll be able to cut it up a bit, cut out bits where we're walking for a long period of time. So the cycle path's here, and it runs both ways into some more to our left, and to 2 other little villages that you can go to going right. Now just through the trees here you can see the river, and that's the river, and it's quite peaceful. Cycle path that way, cycle path that way. So we'll just stroll back to Gilder now, and then I'll post it. It's pretty informal, this air. There's no electric, but everything else is free, and it's a great site. Proper safe, because it's all camper vans, all like-minded people, all staying here for a day or 2, or in some cases probably longer. Depends what they're up to, I suppose. We're probably staying here tonight, and then we'll start to head to Ile De Re. We've just been planning our route this morning. Cooked an omelette. Had a nice omelette each. Had a couple of glasses of wine, sat outside here in the dark last night. Nice starry sky, we could watch the bats flying about. Gilder's performing well. It's been up a few hills and round a few tricky corners. And this is us. So, that was a long one. You can see our cups and stuff. And Gilder's probably pretty untidy at the minute, so I won't take you in there. And that's it. Bye for now.